I know.
I know.
Oh my God. He's back. He's back. He's back this week.
Y'all had a weekend off, and we had no time off. So at least y'all get him for a couple hours tonight.
A couple? We're going 2
Depends on
hours.
how long we're talking.
I was off.
You were last weekend.
What's that? Oh, yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
Oh, hot dog.
All right, Grandpa. Do we need to start keeping up with your memory?
You like popsicles?
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
We're professional.
Bring me some good news. That's our favorite one. When he's a paper boy, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
All right.
Let's go.
Are we definitely ready this time?
I
Yeah,
mean,
go.
I'm always ready.
I was born ready.
Hey, Matt, look at that. We're Twinkies tonight.
We're twinsies.
Look. Oh, you want to be?
I'm not
It's not the right color. Take that off.
There you
Take
go.
it
You
off.
have the black one.
Okay. Here we go.
Fine, I'll be.
Welcome to Creative Makers Podcast, episode 112. I'm Joey with Steel Blade Woodworks, joined by our hosts, Matt with Wacky Works, BJ with Byram's Custom Woodworks, and the most famous mustache of all, Mr. Mustachio. And today we have the better half, Miss Mustachio, Jackie. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
We should have put a mustache on her.
I know.
I had a question because you always have that intro line, the most famous mustache of all. Now, do they let you play the mustache games, Mustachio?
What?
Oh, come on!
I don't really want to go into the
That one just
It did. I'm sorry.
That just nosedive and burn on you.
I can tell you that when our friend was like trying to, get us together, he had showed me a picture of him and it was with the mustache, and I was like, no. I was like, immediate no. And then he was like, what do you mean? He doesn't have it now. And I go, what do you mean now? Like it comes and goes. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't think I'm interested.
On his mood.
I know, seriously. But when we were first together, he looked like a 12-year-old. So, because he didn't have any facial hair. So.
No, he just acts like.
Hey.
I know, right? Why do you think we don't have kids?
You wanted it. You
have to raise more than.
I feel shocked.
That's also like one of my favorite Jason Bateman cameos ever is in Dodgeball, because at that point he was an addict and he wasn't really acting, so it's kind of cool to see him before he got super famous, like we know him now. You know what I mean? I know way too much random movie trivia, so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, then we're gonna get along just fine because
I know. I feel like I'm definitely that. Well, sorry. I'm definitely that person that when we're watching something, I'm like, oh yeah, they're from blah 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 in this show, and their first thing was whatever. Or we'll be watching Reno 911, and someone random will pop up, and I'm like, oh my god, they were in, or any show, honestly.
You're over there playing Connect the Dots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of actors start in horror, so I feel like it's kind of cool to figure that out. One of Matthew McConaughey's early roles is in Texas Chainsaw Massacre: Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Rudd's first role is Clueless, but it was really Halloween 6. So it really starts with horror.
Well, all right. Y'all want to get into this?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it. let's get into that beautiful, beautiful segment that we like to call "What's Glue with You." You got some cool glue announcements later on that we're going to get to, but we're going to start it off with the man, the myth, the legend, and everybody wants to know, Mr. Joey.
What's in the box?
Ooh, what's in the box? I have a big box headed my way. I went ahead and purchased a Felder. Well, it's the hammer line of Felder, and I ended up buying a 16-inch joiner, and it's a joiner planer combo. Just because of the way the promotions were going, I wanted a straight joiner, but the pricing was just right, and it was a pre-tariff purchase and 0 shipping for Labor Day. So,
Ooh.
yeah, so that was a plus because that's about a $600 fee from DFW down to where I'm at. Just
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
no. One of those days. It's gonna be one of those.
It's gonna be one of those days.
Matt's on a high. He's
It's the hat.
I don't know.
That's got him
It's
excited.
11-hour road trip, and then here I am back. Come on, man.
Oh, he just drove too.
Not 11
Not
hours.
11 hours. Yeah, sorry. Like less than half, but still.
So did pick up this pretty cool book, Japanese Joinery. It was told or referred to me by Mr. Matt Wackerly and Mr. Steve I. They said it was good, so we're gonna try to dive into that and check that out. But in the shop, I worked on a little bit of the organizing today, trying to get stuff moved around and get ready for upcoming project. And yeah, that's about it. Not too much. Been low key. I'm gonna try to had another mini split go out in the apartment, and that's the last of the originals. So we're gonna try to knock that out and put a new one in tomorrow.
Nice.
So
You gonna use some of the ones you got in your shop still, or are you gonna get a new one?
there's actually
That stays in the box.
there's actually a new one to replace that one in the box, and we're gonna unbox that one. The ones for the shop are still gonna stay in the box for a little bit longer.
Still marinating. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait until the free run complete runs out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Probably all
Gotcha.
gone.
Gotcha.
Probably all gone by now.
Copper starts corroding, all that.
And that probably is. Yeah. There's probably some.
I mean, the plastic does deteriorate after 14 years. You know that, right?
Sure. Hadn't been that long. At least I'll get a year. So anyhow, that's about all I did this weekend. There goes the camera.
Oh.
And what's glue with you, Wackerly, since you're on a
Fingers.
I barely got anything done in the shop this week, but I did get dogs barking in my background here because, you know. But I had got the backyard, you know, we had got it graded out and everything, got it seeded, fertilized, and hay spread everywhere. We got a lot of grass seed in one spot. But the rest of the then we got another bag of the rest of the grass seeds on the rest of the yard. That was
no, but it's a funny story. You gotta let everybody know what happened there. That was a funny story, and it was all your fault. All your fault.
It was my fault. I was
100%.
I was not specific. So we had I had my daughter and her girlfriend helping me out, and I gave her a task to do, which was spread grass seed. And I said, I need you to spread grass seed. And she said, where? I said, every place that there is no grass. Thought that was, and I poured out part of the bag, put it inside the hopper, and I went on to the other side and we started picking everything up, getting everything ready, prepped. And we got done prepping, and I looked back and I said, is she still spreading? And she said, yeah. And I said, tell her to come over here, fill up the hopper and come over here. So she went to fill up the hopper, and it was like, and that was the whole 50-pound bag was spread in a small area.
Ooh, extra bonus grass.
So we're gonna have some grass growing on top of grass, on top of grass, on top of grass seed.
Green, nice and lush.
It'll be super thick. It'll
But
be
she
one
did
of those
follow
ones-
your instructions very
She
well.
followed them 100%. So
Yeah.
I then followed, gave her the rest of the instructions, which was to spread this half of the fertilizer in this area and this half in this area, and I'll go buy another bag of grass seed that will spread over on that area. So, but we got it all spread out. They did a great job helping me out, and actually Grace did most of the work of spreading all the hay. Did an amazing job. Got that done. That's about really all I got done. I got some small stuff done in the shop, but it's nothing significant. But that was about it. Did a lot of driving, picking up my wife from Florida. Yeah. So
That's
first,
fair.
so that's about it. That's all I got. What about you there, Mustachio? What's glue with you?
Well, I'm gonna share your lack of work in the shop. Been working late, and I had to go up to Vermont yesterday. We had a little family reunion on my mom's side. See some cousins, their kids, bunch of family. My mom's father has a brother that we don't really see that side of the family too often. So we saw some of the aunts and uncles and some of their kids and stuff, and that was good to see. We're going to try to do that more regularly because I don't think we've done that for a good 10 plus years. So yeah, I just got back at like 6 before we started this. So minimal work in the shop and playing around with a few models and stuff here and there, but nothing too crazy for me. And I did walk the dog. I can walk the dog again. She's out of her 2-week stitches healing. They look good, so we can actually exercise her so she's not jumping all over us. She's in this weird thing where she'll like hop on our back, like she'll go behind us and like put her front paws on our back shoulders and like chomp at our hair. It's really, really cool. We absolutely love it.
Want some more of that?
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it for us. What about you, BJ? What's glue with you?
Well, not a whole lot. I got
For the day.
it's the jobby job definitely took a lot of my time this week. I did get, you can kind of see it there behind me, one of the sides. There we go. I got one drawer face on the 3D printing cabinet. Got to experience the joy of melamine edge banding.
How's that working out for you?
He says sarcastically, when they say, because I'm used to using regular wooden edge banding, and when you buy 3/4 inch edge banding, you've got what, an 1/8 or so on every, extra.
Yeah.
So you can trim it to size, right?
Yeah.
No. When you order 3/4,
7/8.
so either way, you know what I'm saying. You have an 1/8
a little bit
extra. Yeah. 3/4 inch melamine edge banding is 3/4 of an inch. There is no give or take.
No.
And I mean, the glue is good, and once you get it on something, it's there
for life.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, got that on. I think I can get all my drawer faces and doors out of the last sheet of melamine that I have. I really don't want to go buy another 4x8 sheet of melamine for a 2 foot wide by 16 inch tall drawer face if I can avoid it.
Can you get them in 4x4?
I don't think my local store has them in 4x4. But I'm trying to. I think I can finagle it. I've got one that's got a cut in it that falls within where I need to be, but it's on the back, so I think I can get away with that and just hide it, and it'll be all right. But other than that, we, I know we talked last night. My wife's dad has been in the hospital for the last couple of days with some stuff, and he was able to come home, I think, last night. So she went and saw him today, and we just, with everything going on, we didn't really feel right that my daughter went out there. So we had a daddy-daughter day. We went out to Shields, hung out there, got some Dippin' Dots and some pizza, as one does when you're out having fun. And yeah, just kind of hung out, did that, and then we came home and been watching movies most of the day. But yeah, not a whole lot of stuff. But more exciting news for those that are watching live right now. Unfortunately, when the episode airs on the podcast players, this sale will be over. But right now, on our wonderful sponsors webpage, you can go pick up some Boss Dog 1 gallon kits. So the double dog deal, and they are 20% off right now. So doing a little Labor Day sale on that. So yeah, and they've got a couple of combos, so you could get a multi-pack, or you can do, if you like the brown, get you a couple gallons of brown, a couple gallons of tan, whatever you want. They've got it on sale. And then also on the small 16-ounce bottles, they're doing running the same promo. So pick you up some of that stuff. We all highly, highly recommend it. Love us some Boss Dog wood glue.
Two thumbs.
Boss
Two
Dog glue,
thumbs
period.
way up. Yeah, they're CA glue, and that's the thing. If you're looking for CA glue, go pick you up some CA glue while you're doing that, while you're getting your gallons. Because I'll promise you, once you order a 16-ounce bottle, you're going to want to get that gallon to refill it. And I also recommend, and I'm pretty sure Joey will too, and Matt, possibly. Well, you're ordering that first set of your Boss Dog glue, go over to that accessories page and pick you up a funnel.
Oh yeah.
It just makes filling that bottle, those 16-ounce bottles, just so much easier. And you're going to want to use those 16-ounce bottles because that nozzle that is on those bottles is amazing. It is by far the best nozzle I have seen on a glue bottle in all my years of doing this.
Yes, sir.
So definitely go do that. And Mr. Mustachio, you got some people you want to thank.
I do. We have some amazing people out there that are helping us support our podcast. And in a very specific order, I would like to call out Scott from Willow Creek Lumber, Don from What's Next Woodworking, Victor from Whim Designs, Tyler from Forge 3D, Steve from Steve I Design, and gentlemen, we got a brand new patron.
Ooh.
We have Rob from Rob DeMarco 063. We thank you and everyone else that's supporting us so very much.
Very much.
Show me the money!
That's all I had to say, I guess.
Marco, appreciate it, bud.
And while we're on the subject of patrons and Boss Dog and all that fun stuff, don't forget we still have the Creative Maker build off going on October 31st. AKA the, in my personal opinion, close first best holiday out there. So get those projects in, get that video posted to Instagram, tag us as a collaborator so we can see the video, and tag Boss Dog Glue. And remember, you have to use a Boss Dog Glue product in the project. There is no requirement that it is wood glue or CA glue. You can use either one, but get those in, and come November, we will be judging them. And the winner's going to get a pretty awesome little care package. And I think there might be a few other little things thrown in there too, not just some wood glue. You never know. It definitely, all I can say is it's definitely worth entering in the contest.
You know, they can go pick up some of that CA glue at 20% off and do them a laser project and make them some Halloween ornaments, you know, something like that. You know?
Oh, interesting.
Just ideas. Anything will work. Anything will work. All right. Good deal. Anybody else got anything that we need to go over?
Going once? Going twice?
What'd you work on this week?
Keeping Mustache in line.
That's a full-time job. I have one. I have a keeper. I know what those are. That's a full-time job.
Yep.
You don't really need a lot. You just can't find anything.
Love the face.
Oh, I got faces. We've been together 10 years, so yeah. There's definitely a lot of stuff. No, I'm just kidding. No. He's not that. He's really not that annoying. I'm very thankful.
I sleep in fear.
No. Clearly, I'm the crazy one, so it's fine.
Is fear like a
him, right?
Like a different kind of blanket? Is that like a throw blanket?
What blanket?
I'll tell you later, BJ.
No, he said he sleeps in fear. I was making a joke about it, and I was like, "Is that like a different kind of blanket?"
Oh. I was like, I need a weighted blanket.
It's a like scary duvet.
One of those thick ones.
We actually do have a horror themed like bedding for our room. I do. It's not like, it's actually like really nice. I don't know. I like it.
It's thin.
Yeah. It's not like a thick, like whatever. It's like a nice, like whatever, but everything's spooky in our house.
It's always Halloween here.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I get it. It's my bathroom is Nightmare Before Christmas themed.
So Jackie, for all the listeners out there, if y'all aren't aware, Jackie does have a podcast, and it's Here for the Booze. You could go find it on all the podcast players, and
pretty much, yeah.
So why don't you explain a little bit about what that's all about, Jackie, for our listeners out there?
Sure. Since probably a lot of you are not in my world, just like I'm not in yours, I'll just kind of give you a brief little reasoning why I did the podcast. I'm from that generation where I worked at a video rental store growing up in high school and stuff. And I would do the closing shift, and you get some characters that would come in, and I had always liked mysteries. My mom had always kind of pushed that on us. She was a huge Columbo fan. We watched a lot of Hitchcock, whereas my parents were very snobby though about movies. So like I didn't watch like any Jason movies or anything really when I was young. It was a lot of Rear Window, Psycho, Double Indemnity. I watched a lot of very like black and white movies, and working at the video rental place kind of broadened what I would watch. And then obviously when I was able to really like watch R-rated movies, I really expanded what I watched. And, I just really gravitated toward horror movies. And I think too, another movie that really altered my brain chemistry was Death Becomes Her. And right after that came out, we actually went to Universal, and they had a whole special effects show. And some of it highlighted how they did that movie. And after that, I was like, special effects are it. I was like, that's the only way to do movies. So sometimes I like some action movies, but I really, generally gravitate. I like Goodfellas and The Departed. What is it then? It's not action. Point Break. I like Point Break. That's action, right?
Yeah.
Action. And also my mother was not a big really kind of, let's watch romantic movies all the time. You know what I mean? So we watched a lot of comedy, a lot of Monty Python. Growing up, movies I would watch regularly were Home Alone and Batman. So I just on repeat those two movies. I probably drove my parents insane, especially in that scene in Home Alone when the plane's going off and it's like wicked loud. And then in Batman, I'm sure my mom was sick of Prince. So I just, after that, I was a closet fan for a long time of horror because all my girlfriends were definitely not into it. And then once I got to college, I just really just always watched horror movies and just started. Then the internet came out and I was able to read about other movies and synopsises and see what people said about it. And it just kind of exploded after that. And then fast forward to, the pandemic and everything, I needed an outlet. I'm not a super creative person, but I have ideas, you know what I mean? And I'm not like a good drawer, I'm a really good writer. And I really wanted to have a podcast show that wasn't just like my opinion and it wasn't just like how I felt and it just wasn't a bunch of bullshit. I wanted to come at this with some facts. I wanted to come at it with, like one of the episodes I have is about sleepaway camp. And I do preface the beginning of the episode about that, this is a very old school movie. And with that comes old school ideology and trans, things and things like that. So I really try to get people to think about some of these movies. Like one of my podcast titles is Midsommar is a breakup movie. And it is, the director was going through a horrific breakup and he really, if you haven't seen it, sorry, but
Spoiler alert.
I'm not going to spoil it. No, but we saw it in the theater and in the first 5 minutes of the movie, Florence Pugh is just like, I thought we were going to have to leave. I felt she was so emotionally upset with what was going on. And before even the title card came up and everything, and I was just like, I don't know, man, this is too much.
I didn't know what I signed up for.
Yeah. But like Hereditary was really great. And that's a whole movie about grief and how we deal with grief. And I think too, Jordan Peele's movies have really opened the door to exploring themes in the horror space because you can't really explore racial anything in a rom-com. You know what I'm saying? And in an action movie, it can be portrayed as a stereotype. So, I'm thankful that the movies that have been coming out lately have really been original. And, even some of the remakes you can say, like Toxic Avenger that they just remade, like Elijah Wood is behind it. Peter Dinklage plays the Toxic Avenger.
Oh, that's right.
Kevin Bacon is the bad guy. Like, it's like horror is becoming something. Like Pedro Pascal was just in Freaky Tales. Like, it's becoming more than just like loser actors are in it. You know what I mean? And I think too, the community that's behind it, the community that's behind it is extremely accepting and extremely diverse and welcoming. And, I can go to a convention by myself and have a blast. Like, remember when I went and I met that guy that drove from Canada?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. I actually liked him. He was cool.
Awesome. He was awesome. And I just went by myself and I was in line to get Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger. I was in line to get his autograph and I just met people. And then we ended up hanging out the rest of the night. And
I'm his Facebook friend now.
Yeah. And I got his number because I was also worried because I was like, where are you staying? He's like, in my car. I'm like, what? He's like, no, it's fine. I'm just going to stay in my car. So I was checking on him. You're cool, right? Jesus. But it's really fun to see also why people like certain movies that you may not like. For me, that's always been super interesting because I can sit here all day and say that Scream 4 is the best sequel, but there are people that are like, that's the worst one. What are you talking about? But then when you hear why they don't like it, it's interesting because then you can come and say, well, I actually kind of liked that. And you can actually have a good conversation not to say that there isn't toxic fandom, because there absolutely is. Just like any franchise, there's Star Wars toxic fandom. It's the only one that's coming to mind right
Star
now.
Trek.
I don't
know. Maybe. Who knows?
I mean, they probably do Star Trek conventions. Remember, we found out that the Three Stooges had conventions.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Oh,
why
yeah,
is
definitely.
that not marketed more? Though, I mean, I grew up watching the Three Stooges too. So, but anyway, so the podcast has just been like a really nice outlet for me. I've met some really amazing people. I feel like it's opened up a part of me that I think has been missing for a long time, that I was not forced to suppress, but like I didn't know anybody that was into it, you know? And next thing you know, I'm driving 12 hours with my girlfriend down to a convention in North Carolina just because we can. And we had like an epic weekend, and that was like my first con.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was in North Carolina, and that was like amazing. But to see like not just like actors at the conventions, the other best part about going is to see what everybody's making. You know what I mean? Whether it's wood stuff or if it's like, I found this company that makes bags. Their distributor's local, but like the face plate of the bag snaps on and off, so you can change it out and make it look different instead of buying 7 different bags. So like it was, and every time I bring it out, people are like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I show them you can snap it off and change it. And it's amazing. So I think too, like Loungefly has opened up a lot of creative space, you know, like even the non-horror stuff, the Marvel wallets, backpacks, and it's just given artists an opportunity to really, you know, showcase their talent. You know, all the posters I have, you know, I don't really go for movie posters. I go for very
like your tattoo artist.
Yeah.
Like he makes some awesome stuff.
Yeah, the guy who did, I have a big thigh tattoo of like a Michael Myers thing on my leg, and my tattoo guy actually makes like comic book style prints, and he's like so talented. I mean, sorry. He's so nice, and he looks scary, and he actually designs all of Insane Clown Posse like shows, like their sets and stuff like that. And I mean, that's not my type of people, but it's super interesting just to see like
Not a juggernaut. Come on.
no, not so
Juggalo.
much.
Juggalo, Matt.
Yeah, it's a juggalo. It's a juggalo and a juggalo.
You see how much I know about him.
I know. But I mean, they're nice guys. You know, my tattoo guy was saying that like they're not really like mean people. Their music can be a little whatever, but they're, you know. But anyway, but the best thing about the conventions is that it's a very safe space. And I think too, it's been really cool to see what people can do. You know, like we were asking about table prices, and you definitely, if you're interested in selling some of your stuff at these places, definitely be aware. Because like Silver Scream Con was like $500, and then TerrorCon was like $2.
Yeah.
For the weekend. So I mean, if you have a lot of stuff, it's worth it, you know, but a lot of what we see is like mimicked off of either pieces of movies like the Hellraiser cube. So like I've seen people make that. What would be impressive is if you've seen the movie, when you like manipulate it a little bit, it like pops open and like does stuff. And I think like that's kind of where people are at right now. Because like NECA has been making a lot of like action figure toys. Technically that's what they are, but they're very to scale and very detailed. Like the Thing one, remember we saw that one?
Yeah, that was really cool.
It was the monster, but it came with like all the accessories to change it out to look like the movie, like the different phases in the movie. And it had like a husky attachment, and like it was pretty cool. And I think, you know, it's really interesting to see how people interpret what they get out of the movies. And like we've seen a lot of like I call it laser layering, but they have like those
like stacked like you know, you have a mountain. Yeah, you have a mountain in the background as one layer, and then like you paint that, stack another one on, and it's all.
I mean, we did notice like quality of work, you know. So I do think that if you're shopping, you can easily not pick up on that. But
I mean, she came home. She came home from a con with a few of those, and I think one was like a dolphin or something.
That was for my mom. Yeah.
And like the edges between the layers were all like off. Like,
they weren't, like,
it
even.
drove me absolutely nuts. I was like, I would never sell something like this.
But then, like, I found a guy in New Hampshire who sells like street signs, but it's like the ones that are with different arrows pointing different ways. And he made one that was like all like different horror movies. Like, it was like specific ones. It was like Halloween. He had like It, and then it was just like, it's really cool to, not only do you get to like, I don't know. And then the best thing is that like, I'm friends with an actress, Danielle Harris from Halloween 4 and 5. And she was also in Wish Upon a Star. She was in Rob Zombie's Halloweens. And I went up to Maine to go see her. And the convention was so dead that her and I actually like walked around, and like she was buying stuff, and like people were like, oh my God. And that's another thing, is that like some of these actors are super interested in what you guys are creating. And like, I've met a lot of actors in the last like 4 or 5 years. So, I mean, and like, it's funny, like Skeet Ulrich is a maker. He made his daughter this gorgeous credenza. And like, I remember saying that to him when I met him. If you don't know who he is, that's Billy from Scream. But he, it looked so professional. I was shocked.
I think you showed me a picture of it.
It was it was more like what is modern?
Modern, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little more modern, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, the cons are fun to go, so I feel like if anybody lives near one, like there are traveling ones, like I think it's Mad Monster, Days of the Dead. There's one I just can't think of right now. But those ones travel around the country, whereas like the two that I just talked about are just in New England. Like TerrorCon is just in Massachusetts. Silver Scream Con is put on by Ice Nine Kills, which is a band, which is like closely linked to the horror community. He's from Mass, Spencer, the lead singer, but they are like a lot of his music videos have horror like themes, and he has like a lot of actors, like Scout's been in one, who played Lori from Rob Zombie's Halloween. But they're really fun. So if you guys have never gone, I definitely encourage everybody to go check it out. Sometimes it's not terribly expensive to meet the actors. Sometimes it's like the most expensive person I met was Robert Englund, because I got a professional photo with him and then he signed it. So that was a lot. But usually like a selfie and a picture can be like $60. You know what I mean? That's not what his was. I'm not going to say it out loud, but it wasn't $60. But most of the actors are, knock on wood, I've had nothing but positive experiences too. So, although I do know there have been some issues, like Gary Busey was at, darn it, I can't think of the one in New Jersey. It's like literally the tip of my tongue. But he was at that convention in New Jersey and he like inappropriately touched somebody. But he has some problems. But anyway, I just wanted to. Yep. He was in a really bad motorcycle accident, right?
Oh, I don't remember.
It was something. He has like brain damage. Because I'm not speaking of Gary Busey. His son, Jake Busey, is in a movie that I've been watching a lot recently called Identity. And it's with like Ray Liotta, Amanda Peet, Clea Duvall, John Cusack. It's that movie where the people it's from like 2003. They're at the hotel or a motel and it's raining and like people are dying. But there's like a side story of a guy trying to get out of being executed.
Yep.
So it's all about what's really going on, and it's really good. But anyway, but his son's in it, and he looks so much like him with like the crazy maniacal smile, and
he was in Starship Troopers too, wasn't he?
Jake.
Yeah.
Wasn't his son? He was also
the blonde guy.
He was in Contact. He was the leader of that one organization.
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie.
He had that look, that every time they showed him on screen, it was like, yeah, that's his dad. Okay.
No, it's seriously, like, I know who you're to. Just like, honestly, so Smile 2, which I love, has Jack Nicholson's son in it. And he looks so much like Jack, especially like when Jack was in Chinatown and like those movies, you know, and he's perfectly crazy in that. You're probably going to do, he still hasn't come on my podcast. We were going to do Event Horizon because he likes that, because he likes space. Which I love Event Horizon. If you haven't seen that, it's really good. I think it's on Paramount Plus right now. But it's that like space movie, Sam Neill, the guy from Jurassic Park.
Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. It's really good. I mean, you like the Alien movies, but yeah, we were gonna do that, but you've been kind of not doing it. But then he was like, "Well, why don't I do Smile too?" Because he really liked that. So
I do like Smile too. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes he comes with me to movies, but with the dog, it's been kind of hard recently. But like Tuesdays are like cheap nights at AMC, so I was doing that for a while. And like last night, I just watched Weapons, and I watched the remake of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Weapons was crazy, but it was good. I do review movies on the podcast. It's just not like how I feel. You know what I'm saying? It's a little more like I go through the movie with you and I kind of like put in my funny quips about it. You know what I mean? And then at the end, I kind of like tie it together with like a theme or a bottom line of like, this is really what the movie's about. It's not really about what you just saw. The Heretic, which just came out with Hugh Grant. He is a religious scholar, let's just put it that way. And I think they're Mormon. I can't remember now. These other religious girls come to him, like, you know, going around preaching the gospel. And it's about them, like, actually having like a religious debate and about like the parallels between Judaism and Christianity. And it was actually like, because I'm not super religious, it was actually a really great conversation to have with people who are religious. So like, it's like I said, some of like, you can't bring that up in a rom-com, you know what I mean? Or in an action movie. So I definitely feel like, you know, horror can really just open up doors. But I interviewed Chris Mulkey, who was actually in Rambo. But he was in Cloverfield.
Oh, yeah, that was Ronnie's friend, right?
Yep. No. The actor that came up to me.
Right.
An actor like came up to me at one of the conventions because I was in the VIP room and he thought I was famous. And I was like, what? Me? No, ew. Definitely not famous. But he was super nice. And he was in The Purge. He plays one of the neighbors in The Purge. Mm-hmm. He was in Cloverfield. He plays like a very small part in Cloverfield though. But he was just in like a show and he's like older, but I have like other guests on, more of like my friends that I've met through the podcast and stuff like that. I haven't asked Danielle because I've been way too nervous too. And I don't want to, she's my friend. I don't want to, well,
she should do it. I mean, if y'all are that good, it shouldn't be an issue,
No, I just don't want to
overstep. Think like
yes, but I've been friends with her for years now. It's not like it just happened. We've been friends for like 3 years. Like she has my cell phone number. Like it's not like that. But I'm definitely respectful of that. You know what I mean? And she's been really busy lately. She is. Actually, I don't think I can say it. Sorry, but she's been really busy. I know her and Scout just directed a movie. They're in post-production right now. And I think that that's been really taking off. But, I mean, I just think that horror is something that I think can really stir your mind up and really kind of give you some thoughts and really make you think about stuff. Maybe not the 80s ones, maybe not Sleepaway Camp or, Slumber Party Massacre, but fun fact about Slumber Party Massacre is that yes, it's a slasher about girls getting tore up, but it's directed by a woman. And Roger Corman was behind it. And she knew that if he was going to be funding her movie, she had to have some nudity. And so she just kind of like bare minimum it and then did what she wanted. And, you know, like Jennifer's Body is another one that's done, is another horror director that's a woman. And I love Jennifer's Body. It's become like one of my favorite movies, not just because Megan Fox is hot. But it's a really good movie. You know, it's funny. It's, you know, J.K. Simmons is in it. Like it's really, I don't know. I feel like there's horror out there for everybody. Not everybody's going to want to watch Human Centipede. Not everybody's going to want to watch Terrifier. No. You know what I mean? No. I only like the first one. Only the first Human Centipede, just the first one. The other ones are the ones that are like.
So my wife is big into horror as well. And she won't watch it with me because I make fun of it. I literally do. And, you know, I'm like, look at The Wire. Oh, look at this. Oh, see, you hear the music coming. You know something's coming. And so she won't watch it with me. But but some of the things that she's got me to watch, and she'll tell me whether or not it's, you know, I'm gonna like it or not. And she's really pretty good about it. And I like horror comedies. Yeah. So
yeah, like, did you like Bodies? Did you watch that?
Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
That's like one of the first ones. And then from Shaun of the Dead, I really like Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And so I started following them. And then you look at where Simon Pegg's gone from then till now, you know, the Star Trek movies, the Mission Impossibles, stuff like that. He really blossomed because you had Hot Fuzz and you had all the other stuff.
Well, but wait, do you know who directed those movies? Edgar Wright. So Edgar Wright is still doing horror. So he did Last Night in Soho. He did why am I having a huge brain fart? But he's still in that space.
Remember that movie?
I don't remember that movie at all.
Soho, that's the one.
No, why am I having a big brain fart?
I'm like, what? He did those Hot Buzz. What is it? End of the World.
Yeah, End of the World. Yeah, it's the end of the world.
This is the end, or is this is the end? Is the other one with Seth?
Yeah,
Rogen.
That's Seth Rogen.
Sorry,
Seth
but
Rogen,
yeah, those were their movies together, and then Edgar took a little turn. You know what I mean? Just like James Wan and Lee Winnell. Yeah,
but I like, but like, so listening to Hot Fuzz, listening to Shaun of the Dead and End of the World, and Paul was another one. If you and I know it's not a
the alien.
That's not really horror, but yeah,
I know it's not really horror, but if you listen to the movies, what I like what they put in the movies is Easter eggs. There's Easter eggs throughout the whole entire movies.
Yep,
100%. I like finding those.
I actually have a whole episode on Easter eggs, and like that's one of my favorite freaking things. Sorry, I can't.
Like a Easter egg. Is that
no? Like
no. So it's
like to find out, like in Paul, just Paul, to find out who the agent's name is.
Yeah.
Okay, and to find out what it means, he says his name is Lorenzo Oil, which is actually a movie plot that they had before, off a whole nother thing, and it was paying tributes. Yes.
Yep. Sequels usually are the bigger culprit of that, but like I'm trying to think of like a common one.
Well, look at like Tommy Boy, and then like 50 First Dates, and like that they pull that
they all tie together.
Well, the same world, you know what I mean? Yep. I think too, you know, spoof movies are probably the biggest culprit of Easter eggs. So like the scary movies. So like if you look at those, which I can't wait for the next one. Oh my God, could you imagine Anna Faris doing the dance from Pearl? Like what? I am so psyched for all the crazy movies that have come out that they're gonna have to parody. But yeah, like I think it's like there's a movie from a director. It's called Frozen, and it's about people that go skiing and they get caught or stuck, on the lift.
World's End. That's the name of it. World's End.
World's End. There you go.
Yeah, my world's corrected me.
No. I go crazy if I can't think of the name. But they get stuck up there, and then stuff happens, or whatever. And in Hatchet 2, which has nothing to do with Frozen, it's the second of a franchise. In the background, Danielle's in Hatchet also, but she's got the TV on, and it's a news thing, and it's the survivor from Frozen, her being interviewed. So like I like that kind of stuff. I like movies that are very smart. I like movies that you can't see coming. I like surprise crazy stuff. Like I could have never predicted Hereditary. Never in my life. I predicted Midsommar, but because they tell you it in the beginning, and I'm not going to give that away either, but there's something that gives it away. And then if you're paying attention, you'll put it together, but it still doesn't ruin it because you don't know how it's going to happen. But it's still just like, I don't know. I feel like people have come to me saying like, would I like this? Or, you know, is this something I can handle? And I also have a series in my podcast of like, not very graphic, crazy graphic. Oh, the mic. You know, like trying to tell people like, if you like violent movies, I got you. And if you want something a little more, not necessarily kid friendly, but like not graphic, you know, because blood is not the same to me as guts. So if it's really bloody, can you handle that? Or if it's really graphic,
Victor, I don't think it's the same thing, but
no,
it's not the cartoon Frozen.
Victor, it's totally different.
No.
Frozen, the cartoon was created for a completely different reason.
It's actually from 2009, so it was before the Disney movie. So if you want to watch it, it's really good. But it's a local director from Massachusetts, and his name is Adam Green, and he also did the Hatchet movies, which the villain is played by Kane Hodder, who is one of the most famous Jasons. You guys know Kane Hodder? No. Not the wrestler Kane, because he's in See No Evil.
Yep.
But there's a lot of like big men, like famous men, like wrestlers. Like who's that other guy?
Undertaker?
No.
What are you thinking of?
There was another like big
the game or the
like
the
Mick Foley.
The Big Show?
Maybe. But like Mick Foley, because David Arquette is crazily involved in wrestling for whatever reason 25 years ago. But he made a movie called 12-Hour Shift.
He also did a movie called Ready to Rumble.
Yes.
Correct? Yes.
Yep. So 12-Hour Shift was about like organ donating, black market organ stuff. But it's a little more funny than horror. But it's got Mick Foley plays the lead bad guy, if you will. So it's kind of fun to see him. Like Jake the Snake was at a convention.
Oh yeah, and he was like busy when I never got over to him.
Yeah, but anyway,
go meet him.
There's a lot of cross section between horror. I mean, there's so much. Like I met Sean Patrick Flannery, who was from Boondock Saints.
Yep.
Because he's in Saw 7.
Sure.
Yep, he's in the last one before they did all the other ones. But he was really funny, and the first thing he said to me when I met him was like, "They hung me by my nipples." Because in the movie, they like his test from Jigsaw was like, anyway. But yeah, so I think too, like it's such a great avenue for creativity. And I feel like I just wanted to also share that with you guys, because if anybody's ever in a rut, horror is not just Halloween. Like our favorite Christmas movie is Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, because and I've met the actor who plays the bad guy, because he escapes from an insane asylum and he literally goes around shooting people. And one guy this is 80s horror to a T. He's like putting his garbage in the silver can, like the old silver cans, aluminum, and he's like, "Garbage day." And then he shoots him dead. So on Christmas Day, we just walk around the house yelling, "Garbage day." So like
I have a shirt that says it also.
I bought him a shirt. And we also have shirts from Halloween Resurrection because Busta Rhymes is in it.
I can't say this.
Oh, it says trick or treat, MF, with the A at the end. But yeah, we have those shirts.
Makes it okay, right?
Well, because he says it in a, yeah, like Busta Rhymes in a horror movie. Like, what? And Tyra Banks is in that too.
Oh, that's right.
Like, it's wild. It's, I feel like
I bet Matt would like Freaky with Vince Vaughn.
Oh my. Okay, so if you like horror comedies, check out Freaky. Vince Vaughn. So imagine like Freaky Friday, where the mom and the daughter swap bodies.
Right.
But it's a serial killer played by Vince Vaughn and a teenage white girl. Gold. Comedy gold. So Vince Vaughn's running around the town as a teenager. It's awesome.
I think I've seen that.
It came out during the pandemic.
It's hilarious.
It was
Vince Vaughn kills it.
And Ready or Not is great. I mean, I'm obsessed with Samara Weaving, but that's beside the point. But Ready or Not is great. I can't wait for the second one because it goes into the family more.
Yep.
The Conjuring movies are good. I feel like, unfortunately, there's a lot of controversy about the Warrens, and then with Matt Rife buying the property and having possession of Annabelle. That's weird, but I like the Conjuring movies. I think they're really great. I can't really say that about The Nun, but I can say that about the straight up Conjuring movies. I'm excited for the last rites that are coming out. I love Patrick Wilson. He's also in the Insidious movies, which I love. Those are really great. They're not graphic at all. They're PG-13, more jump scare, spiritual type of movies. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming up for horror in the next few months as far as like movies and things like that. So I really can't wait. I really can't wait. Like I'm excited. I saw Weapons. Jordan Peele fired his team because they couldn't get the script. They're gone. Like, he was angry about that. Like, he doesn't do that. I mean, in his movie coming out, him with Marlon Wayans looks incredible. A horror movie about football? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. But no, yeah, I like new ideas. There's a new movie with, what's her name? Emma Stone, where she plays a CEO. But like there are images where she gets like kidnapped by a cult and then they like shave her head. It's something with a B. It's like Beruglia. It's like a weird name, but that looks super interesting. And I'm excited for, unfortunately, crazy times in the world bring out creativity, whether it's music, art, movies. So we're seeing a huge reflection of what's been going on in America and the world. And I think it's very telling, especially with Weapons last night, because it was really good because I don't want to give that one away at all.
So I got a question. We were talking actors and actresses, and there's one actor that you haven't hit on that, in my opinion, is one of the greatest of all time horror actors ever. Mm-hmm. Matthew Lillard.
Oh yeah.
I want to meet him so bad. The problem is at conventions, here's another thing I'll just warn people. If there's the opportunity to buy a pass that has like the ability to have you skip lines or have a VIP line, you buy that for those type of actors. So for Skeet Ulrich,
any con, it's like that. Yeah.
Not all actors though. You know what I mean? Like not all actors have huge lines. It's only the ones that are like super famous right now. You know what I mean? Like Ed Furlong, nobody in his line, but I got to meet him. He was super sweet, awesome. I met Greg Nicotero. Everybody should want to meet him. He did the Walking Dead series, and he's a huge special effects guy. I met Chris Nelson, who did the special effects for the new Halloween movies. He was awesome, and he brought his masks. We met Dave Sheridan, who plays Doofy in Scary Movie, but he told us all about that. Like, he made that mask that he wears, and he's like, that's me throughout the movie, except the stairs with the piano behind him, like running down the stairs. He's like, everything else, that's me. I did all the stunts except that scene. I was like, what? Like, you learn a lot from these people, and you can tell by their enthusiasm talking to you about it. Like, Greg Nicotero is super interesting to talk to.
Eli Roth. You met
Oh,
Eli
right.
Roth?
I met Eli Roth. I mean, I actually fell on him because I did like a professional photo op with him.
I fell
And
over.
She did.
I wanted to. No, I
You know I'm
wear.
right. You know I'm right here, right?
I'm right here.
I wore these like wedge sandals that are like really tall, and I didn't realize that the scene, because it was like a cabin fever reunion.
Yeah.
So like, was Jordan there? No, she wasn't.
No.
It was like the background looked like a cabin, but it was like a set, and it was like a little off the floor. And stupid me, because I'm an idiot, wasn't paying attention. I was so excited, and I tripped, and literally he like catches me, and I'm just like, oh God, that is not how I wanted this to go.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Excuse me. Wait, what did he say? What was his name in Inglourious Bastards? Gorlami. That was
Brad Pitt.
DeCoco was the
Dominique DeCoco.
DeCoco. We call our cat DeCoco because of Inglourious Bastards. But yeah, I mean, talking to Eli is like, I mean, he's from Massachusetts. He's from Newton, Mass. So also, like I told him, like I work at Boston College, and I was like, I like work where you live. And he had a ton of really interesting facts. And I had just listened to the audio commentary from The Green Inferno, which is his cannibal movie, which was a love letter to a movie from the 80s called Cannibal Holocaust. And he named it his movie, The Green Inferno, because the documentary they were doing about the jungle was called The Green Inferno. And Cannibal Holocaust is a movie that the director was arrested because they thought the people died. If you watched it, it doesn't look like 80s special effects. Let me tell you, Italian horror, whole other genre. I haven't even tapped into that. Zombie, the Beyond. Oh man, Dario Argento, Giallo, like the whole, Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Suspiria, like even the new one, that's all Giallo. That's all, Italian, style horror. Demons, that's another really good one. But yeah, I mean, Spanish horror, that's full like Pieces, that's a Spanish horror movie. I mean, that's crazy. I can't say that line either.
Nope.
Damn it. Oh, sorry. But yeah, I mean, sorry. I swear on my podcast, sorry. And he told me literally 30 minutes before we're starting, he's like, you can't swear. I'm like, what? What? So I'm sorry.
So what it comes down to, is it just horror, or can you like some of the things I like I guess it's kind of horror, but it's more mainstream, but it's more about real life serial killers. So the relation, say like just Silence of the Lambs, the serial killers that they used to create all of that, Buffalo Bob and all that, where they used Ed Gein, and it was, I can't remember the other guy's name.
Ted Bundy.
But yeah,
it was Bundy.
Bundy.
That's what he did at Alpha Omega.
Correct. Yeah, but using all of the real life serial killers in movies and pulling all that information up, I enjoy those because it's like, yeah. Now I remember that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. That's another. I mean, I also didn't say this. Like, I watched Silence of the Lambs and was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be Clarice. I'm gonna be an FBI. I'm gonna do. No, seriously. I was like, yes. And then in college, you have to take like a seminar. It's so stupid, but where I went, it was like a question. And the question was serial killers, monsters, or victims. And I luckily got in. And then I wrote a whole paper at the end of the course about Eileen Wuornos. And I talked about how she was a victim. She was absolutely not a monster. She was created by her surroundings, the lies that her family, 100%, 100%, and people will still fight to this day saying that she enjoyed killing those men. It's like, she probably enjoyed it because they sucked. You know what I mean? They were using her, and then she used them, not to say that's good. That's not good, but, but yeah, if you liked Silence of the Lambs, you should check out Longlegs.
Oh, Nick Cage. Yeah. That's really good.
So it's Nick Cage as a serial killer. And I think it's her name is Malika Monroe. She was in It Follows. She was in The Watcher. She's in a bunch of stuff. But that's what they're calling like a new Silence of the Lambs. The director is actually Anthony Perkins' son, Osgood, which, fun fact, he was in Legally Blonde. He plays one of the guys. He's like super quiet, but he's like a character that, Elle meets. That's what I mean. Like everything crosses, like the son of Anthony Perkins directing horror movies. What? He did Black Coat's Daughter. He did this, and there's one more that I really can't think of right now. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy, like how Jamie Lee Curtis returning for the Halloween movies. Did anybody see that coming? I don't think so. Linda Cardellini is going to be in the Jason TV show that's coming out. She plays Jason's mother. Like what? Like it's awesome. I'm excited for all this creativity and passion that people are having for horror, because I feel like for a long time it was totally shunned. And I'll go back to Hereditary. Like Toni Collette absolutely should have gotten some award for her role in that.
Oh, absolutely.
Incredible. I was rewatching Sixth Sense and I was like, she's great in this too. Like, Knives Out.
That's the last one I've ever seen. I remember is that movie.
Sixth
Sense.
Yeah, that's the last. That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like
it was
in the 90s.
Yeah, but any of his movies, they're if you half of anything about him, you pick up on the twist pretty quick. So,
yeah, I like The Village. I didn't see that twist coming.
Yeah.
At the end of that,
M. Night Shyamalan. And honestly, I will never watch another M. Night Shyamalan movie after what he did to Avatar, The Airbender.
He
completely wrecked a perfect. He had all the source material and was like, "Oh, I have the script in hand." Pours gasoline on it, lights it on fire, and does his own thing. And it's like,
sometimes
I will never watch another movie.
I will say, if it's a studio.
No, that one, it came out that it was all him. The studio was actually fighting against him because they were like, "You're going to destroy it." And he's like, "Well, I'm backing this." So,
that's another reason why studios like A24 and Neon and, all these smaller companies coming out and letting the directors do what they want without influence. Because I feel like that's what happens with a lot of the Marvel movies and stuff, is that you have these studios or even the Weinstein Company that really just want to gut your movie. Quentin Tarantino is probably the only director that got what he wanted out of Weinstein. Literally the only director. His movies were all made by Miramax, and except for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because he was already in jail. But that should be just self-explanatory right there. But but the Weinsteins actually, they made a movie in the 80s called The Burning, which has Jason Alexander with hair, Holly Hunt.
Oh, I remember that.
The voice of Elastigirl is in it very quickly. Like, she doesn't really talk in it, but that was their first movie that they made, and it's funny to watch it. You're like, yeah, these guys are gross, like, because there's a lot of like stupid nudity and like just. That's why like sometimes the 80s movies are a miss for me. Sometimes, but sometimes they're just fun. Like I like Sleepaway Camp. I think it's really fun. Mm-hmm. But I also have met Felissa Rose, who plays the girl in it, and she is a hoot.
Yeah.
Oh man, she's literally like my sister in another life. Like I vibed with her so well. She was so cool. She like wanted to she was like, just keep coming back to my table. She's like, just come back later. Like, just come hang out. Like some of the actors are like that. They're just really cool. And I don't know. It's such a fun experience that I really, I have one next weekend. TerraCon is next weekend. And then the weekend after is Silver Scream. And then I don't really think I have anything going on after
that. Are those all
but...
local to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, like TerraCon's in Marlboro, so that's like 20 minutes away, and then Silver Scream Con's in Worcester, which is like 30-ish. But really better. They changed the location of Silver Spring Con because before, I mean, it'd take me like an hour and a half to,
Depending on what day and time it was.
because it was like outside of Boston. And I don't know if you know the saying, but it's an hour to get anywhere in Massachusetts sometimes, even if it's 10 miles. So yeah, Danvers is only like a 20-mile thing, and it would take us like an hour and a half. And I was like, screw this. This is
Take the weirdest ways.
oh my God, it was awful. So I'm glad they went to Worcester because it's the DCU arena. So it's like a real place. It's not just like a stupid hotel. Because that was the one thing I just didn't like that layout either. It's awful. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to, let you guys all know that there's
money to be had.
There's money to be had, but there's also like themes that a lot of these movies have, or holidays. So like with Christmas coming up down the road, there's a lot, like one of the Terrifiers is during Christmas. So like you could do Art the Clown stuff, or, so I just, I feel like if anybody had questions or anything, like I'm more than happy to answer questions or provide insight or advice. I have no problem doing that. I actually like guiding people through horror, to help, broaden people's horizons.
There's a maker out there. I can't remember his name. He used to do the what was that virtual craft festival when we did it, and he made
is it Grant? Dad Crafted?
No. I forgot where this guy was from, but he made horror like
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I was
he would make the mask.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he was
that's a skill.
I can't remember. Very talented. I mean, that dude, he would go through the process on that virtual craft festival and show you how it's done, how he does it. And his stuff, I believe, was in some real big movies. He did a lot of that. I mean, that's what he did. What was his name? Matt, you don't remember?
I don't.
I can't remember his name. But man, it was pretty neat to watch that stuff being done, how he did it.
No, yeah, it's amazing what you can. I mean, even just like I did a Freddy Krueger photo shoot and I made scars on myself, and I was shocked at how realistic it looked and how easy it was to do. I was surprised. I have no skill. That's not what I do. You know what I mean? That's not making a mask, but that's still like using materials. I'm going to use like blood gel, which was different than like regular liquid blood, but it's really fun. And I feel like too, like with this, like you never know like who you'll meet. You never know, the connections you'll make, or if maybe this is a new avenue for some people, because all I know that for somebody like me that does collect, it's definitely, I'm always looking out for really unique pieces.
Just going through your Instagram, you got quite a collection just of different things.
Sure does.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's all kinds of various makers at these cons also. You know, there's someone that makes like stained glass stuff. There's someone that makes like signs. Like
I have a Bob the Ghost stained glass. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's from
Five Nights at Freddy's.
There's another one coming out.
A few of those. And
don't sleep.
Movie.
Don't sleep on horror movies.
No, definitely don't.
Dumb.
I can't wait for the Black Phone too. Remember we saw that trailer?
I gotta watch the first one again.
I already did.
I know you did.
I didn't like it the first time I watched it. And I always try to tell people, like, that's why I don't like just tell you how I feel about movies. Because sometimes I don't like it at first. And I'm just like, what? Because I don't understand it, or I miss something, or you know what I mean? And I sometimes have to do a little reading, or I have to like watch it again. And,
What does the ending mean?
No, for real. Sometimes I have to. Sometimes they're very buried, or sometimes it just ends. Rom-coms don't do that. So, like the ending of The Thing. Who's the alien?
It's
I like
part
beepity
2.
boppity boop.
But no, too, another like fun thing is that like Sam Raimi, who did Evil Dead, and then he did the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. But he also did The Gift, which was with Kate Blanchett. I always like forget her name. Hilary Swank, Giovanni Ribisi. She's a psychic, and it's about her like seeing a murder. But he also, where was I going with Sam Raimi? There was something else that
His movies.
I just like had a huge like brain fart.
Him and Bruce, I know him and Bruce
Probably
Campbell
that
always
movie.
work together.
Yeah, him and Bruce Campbell are like super close, but like I don't know. I just feel like the ideas that these people have are just so amazing. Like the Evil Dead movie, like that. They literally ran around the woods in those scenes where you see the camera like going around the woods as like if it's the spirit. They ran around the woods with a camera attached to some 2x4s and just running like some of these movies are just so bare bones. It's amazing what you can do. Like the first Terrifier movie, all
Blair
that
Witch.
graphics. It was like a 50,000. I mean, not 50,000, but I mean, it was like $200,000. You know what I mean? And it was so realistic. Like it's unbelievable. You know what you can really do when you don't have a lot. You know, creativity really comes out.
Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Bubba
was-
Hotep.
Paranormal
never
activity.
seen-
You know what I
never-
mean?
Yeah,
That was a
Bruce Campbell.
software developer that was like, I got a video camera, let's shoot a movie. Literally, Oren Pelly was a software guy, and that was his house that they shot that movie. It's you know, I also watch a lot of documentaries about horror, but there are some really great ones out there. So, you know, all these little facts usually come out sometimes in those. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like behind the scenes stuff anyway. So it's a big
Cool.
dork like that.
Yeah.
All right, anything you want to plug?
If you want to check out my podcast, I haven't put a new episode out in a while, but hopefully I will be. But there's like 75 or so to check out. So definitely go check it out. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you're more than welcome to. I haven't been as active, but it's been a little crazy year. But yeah, I'm always down for a good conversation. So if anybody ever has questions, definitely let me know. Thank you for letting me rattle all your ears off.
It was cool. But thank you for taking the time and being on with us. And please remember to go check out Boss Dog Wood Glue. They got a 20% off for Labor Day. Go pile your card up with some glue. Remember,
subscribe to it. You can get a subscription to it as well.
oh yeah,
Oh yes, the
Definitely.
subscription
Yeah,
box.
the subscription.
Forgot
Yes.
about that. Good for reminding
Yes.
that they have a subscription based type order you could get. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was going to say a little correction from the beginning because you had said 20% off on the CA glue. It is only 20% off on the bundles.
Yeah.
The
On
CA
the
glue
bundles.
is not 20% off right now.
Nope.
So don't go to the website thinking that it's 20% off and get mad at Joey.
Yeah. Definitely. If you have comments about that, hit up Joey at Joey Gonzalez.
Yeah, all complaints directed towards Joey. Oh, and all scroll saw questions and concerns and
Go to BJ.
buying, go
Yeah.
to Joey. He is the scroll saw expert. He will tell you how to perfectly place it in front of your door to keep the wind from blowing your door in.
So it gets closer to the trash can so you can throw it away. There you go.
And all grass planting questions, you know,
Don't ask me.
probably just Google them. I wouldn't go
Yeah.
to Matt.
Don't
Yeah.
go to me, 'cause I'm gonna have grass on top of grass on top of grass.
Please remember to give us a thumbs up on here on the YouTubes. Leave a comment. And please remember, if you got any suggestions or any questions for the podcast crew, head on over to Creative Makers Podcast at gmail.com. Please remember to go over to Spotify and iTunes, leave us a review, watch, download, do it all. And we would appreciate your support on Patreon at patreon.com/Creative Makers Podcast. And big shout out to Mr. DeMarco. Appreciate it, bud, for coming on and
Heck yeah.
supporting us, and all the other Patreon members. We have some good things coming up here in the near future. We're trying to get all the I's dotted and T's crossed, and we're going to start bringing some more stuff here to y'all. So hang tight, and we appreciate the support. And happy Labor Day to everybody. Y'all have a safe day tomorrow. Relax. Don't do any hard work. And we'll catch y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.